Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I wanted to go over why it is right to repair seems to not pass in Nebraska and what I think is going to happen at the end of the year. Right to repair is this basic concept that manufacturers should not be placing artificial roadblocks between you and the ability to fix the device that you own. Whether that means telling the companies that make parts for that device, don't sell it to repair shops because we don't want them fixing it, keeping schematics private, or just having embedded software in the tractor computer that doesn't allow you to use the tractor again after you fix a basic fault unless you call the dealer. The right to repair is the idea of just saying, screw all that crap. It's what unites a New York electronics repair business owner who can barely grow a plant in his window with Nebraska farmers. This really goes back to 2017 when I visited Nebraska, but I want to just go to 2019 for now. 2019, Nebraska Farm Bureau votes 176-1 in favor of right to repair. It's been 9 months. Why is there no progress? Wonder why. Well, there is a gentleman who works at the Nebraska Farm Bureau named Bruce Riker. Who is Bruce Riker? Bruce Riker is a VP of Governmental Relations. You know, one of those job titles that really sounds like someone who's advocating for the consumer. Who is Bruce Riker? Bruce Riker was the chief of staff to Tom Osborne. Who's Tom Osborne? Tom Osborne was a U.S. congressperson for Nebraska who also so happens to have a family business of John Deere dealerships that make good money off of the fact that farmers cannot fix the devices that they bought and paid for. And his chief of staff is the one that works at the Nebraska Farm Bureau, which voted in favor of right to repair, but doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It's almost like when you have a fox guarding the hen house, your hens die. Who are some of Tom Osborne's friends? People like Senator Kurt Friesen. Kurt Friesen does not speak to his constituents regarding right to repair. If they email or call his office, they will not return the call. They don't want to speak to constituents in favor of right to repair. Looks like Kurt Friesen, friend of Tom Osborne, got money from AT&T. Now, what does AT&T money matter? We're talking about right to repair regarding farm equipment. Well, AT&T is against right to repair because, remember, they sell these devices. And if people can fix their old ones, they're not going to buy new ones so quickly, which loses AT&T money. AT&T has lobbied against right to repair and has hired lobbying firms like Kim Roback's in order to fight against right to repair, as you can see from this video clip.
Senator Epke and members of the committee, my name is Kim Roback, Kimrobak. I'm here today on behalf of AT&T in opposition to LB 67.
Now, one of the very interesting things that I mentioned over here regarding a meeting that we were supposed to have with the senator in the morning of March 9th, 2017. Several farmers and myself were supposed to have a meeting with Senator Bob Christ to discuss right to repair. And funny me, right after he got AT&T's money, he said he couldn't make the meeting anymore. It's almost like getting paid by people that lobby against the legislation makes them less likely to listen to the constituents that are in favor of consumer protection. Wow. Imagine how that works. I go over that in this video from 7 months ago. Kim Roback had paid the senator through her lobbying company several $1,000s. So politicians who are friends of ex-politicians that own John Deere dealerships are blocking right to repair legislation from passing. Shocking. The dealership staff at this dealership owned by John Osborne's family, Industrial Irrigation, has a vice president of sales named Jay Canada. Jay Canada's wife was the John Deere territory sales rep for Nebraska and now works at yet another dealership called Landmark Implement. And if you who works at Landmark Implement? A gentleman named Mike Kongs, who advocated against right to repair in 2017 with this very interesting testimony.
My name is Mike Kongs. That's Mikekongs. I'm representing Landmark Implement. We have John Deere dealerships. So opening the code to modification could, in a sense, moving forward, open a Pandora's box. Totally autonomous vehicles are in the future, and we are all aware of that. Google has their cars now. You've seen the videos of tractors out there. The last thing that any of us want is a 40-ton piece of equipment traveling down the road that's not controlled by an operator.
Beware the tractors in the streets killing the people. They're going to go Skynet on you. Now, Mike Johans was the governor of Nebraska for a period of time and also the United States Secretary of Agriculture. So, of course, he sits on the board of directors for John Deere. knowing exactly where to push and exactly which people to place in what positions and who to support to ensure that right to repair never passes. Here is my prediction as to what is going to happen. They are going to come up with some type of compromise that does not involve you getting software patches or payload files of any kind that would allow you to actually work on your devices. It's going to be a useless compromise that they get to use as a PR stunt to say that John Deere supports right to repair, Nebraska Farm Bureau wins and gets farmers what they want, when in reality, you didn't get jack shit. Similar to Apple and the independent repair program, where they came out with an independent repair program that has no parts for MacBooks, iMacs, or any of their desktops, has no parts for phones besides batteries and screens, requires that you get the serial number IMEI from the customer, their name, their address, their personal information, submit it to Apple, and then wait a week to order an effing battery. But now they get to say that they support independent repair. No schematics, no parts, no chips, but hey, we support you because we took part in a program that no sane customer would ever give you money to allow them to fix their product with. You have to understand by now that this is a joke, and they're all laughing at you. And when I say laughing at you, I mean literally laughing at you.
Senator Chambers.
I have an amendment which if she would adopt, it would come out.
Okay.
About mountain lions, prairie dogs.
Strike all contents, original contents in the bill and insert the following. Better luck next year when we come back.
And you have to understand that none of this is going to change unless the people of Nebraska start putting social pressure and start holding these people accountable with actual social consequences for taking part in widespread corruption. I don't benefit from this legislation here being passed in any way, shape, or form. The Nebraska Farm Repair Act of 2020 is exactly that, a Farm Repair Act. It gets me no closer to where I want to be with my repair shop. It does not help my business at all. And even I, from thousands of miles away, can see the corruption clear as day. What needs to happen is for people who live in Nebraska, who are part of these communities in Nebraska, who socialize with these individuals in Nebraska, to start holding them to account in a real, tangible way that they can actually feel and see, so that they understand that this behavior is no longer acceptable, that you're not playing with them anymore. And until that happens, this is what's going to continue to happen. A few months, maybe a year from now, there'll be a compromise that comes out, absolutely, utterly useless to all the farmers of Nebraska, and they'll get their little PR hit, and the politicians will move on to something else because people will keep voting for them, and because there'll be no consequences within their communities. Until there are social consequences within their communities, until there is a genuine sense of shame for being involved in this behavior, none of this will stop. Farmers will not get what they want, and they will not be able to repair their tractors. I want to see this corruption end. I truly do. I have nothing but respect and admiration for the people that will spend 15 and 18 hours a day in a field to ensure that people like me can sit in a nice recliner and eat food at an affordable price. And I don't like seeing what's happening to them. I think it's disgusting that your local politicians are willing to laugh at you and cancel meetings with you the day of simply because someone from a lobbying firm gave them a few $1,000s. And I want to see them held to account. All of the information that I've discussed in this video can be easily found, is completely public, and we live in a world right now where all of this information can be completely public, and they don't even care, because there are no legal ramifications, nor are there even any social consequences. I am not a member of your community. I don't vote in your district. I cannot hold these individuals to account, politically or socially, but you can. And until members of the community start holding these individuals socially accountable to the point where there is a genuine feeling of shame amongst the individuals who've taken these anti-repair actions, who've tried to screw over the very people who prepare your food, nothing is going to change. But I want to see that change occur. And that change starts when people understand what is going on. And if I can see it as clear as day from over 1,000 miles away, then I hope you can as well. Because I may not know farming, but I've lived in New York for 32 years, and I sure know bullshit. I don't believe that someone else is going to come along and start cleaning up the mess in my own backyard. If I don't start cleaning it, no one will. I don't think that someone should wait for someone else to come along and start cleaning this mess up. If you live in Nebraska, and you're a viewer, It starts with you. I'm going to do my part, but I cannot do my part and be successful if you don't do yours. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.